there were other sinners there too. Doesn't say what kind. Just people like tax collectors, you know. And there's Jesus, just hanging out with them, eating. Cornbread maybe. It's Galilee, had to be southern. Just eating, hanging out, talking, laughing probably. A lot of laughter, I would assume. And that's when Jesus gives maybe the most subversive line in all of Scripture. While people outside were griping about it, he came out and told them, he's like, y'all, the doctor doesn't come to people who don't have blemishes. That's not who the doctor comes from. And then he said, I didn't come to call the righteous. I came to call the sick. He didn't say come to heal the sick. He said come to call the sick. And that line is just... See, the word call, that word doesn't mean convert. Like he was sent there to change them and nobody else. That word doesn't mean fix somebody. It means to invite them in. It means to summon them. It might be the same word when I was like, she's called Nancy. That might be that same word called. Mark doesn't put that word in Jesus' mouth very often. He uses it 4 times, and one of the times is here. The other 2 times he uses it, Jesus uses it to say that his Father's house will be called a house of prayer. Jesus has used it in the last chapter when he called James and John to them. The 4th time is the next chapter when Mary and Jesus' brother called Jesus to come outside the house he was in. That's only the 4 times he uses that word. And it just means to call, to invite, not to yell at, but to call to. And that's somebody or something that nobody did for tax collectors and lepers and sinners and invalids. Nobody called them for dinner, y'all. But Jesus did. He was there to call the unholy, not the holy.